We notice it around, especially when we have an election coming up, that we see a whole bunch of shootings in the news. And then after that election's gone, here they just seem to like disappear, almost as if the shooters were paid or something to go out and do what they did. Well, I've been trying to study this and analyze this for some time. I've actually realized that it comes down, there is somebody who's paying them. It's us. We are paying them with our attention. Many times we'll see, candidates are trying to run on platforms of remove the means to cause this problem. And you can take a look at the gangbangers out there running around with their full automatic weapons. It's not going to make a difference. So we need to take away the motive, which is a little bit more complicated. But I have 5 things that we can do to contribute as individuals to contribute to a safer society. So let's take a look at what we can do to help discourage these events, these tragedies, from happening. If you are allowed to carry your gun, carry it wherever you can. Mass shooters, they don't like to attack places where people are armed. They're not looking for a gunfight. They're looking to control the situation. And that means they need to be the only armed person there, or at least be able to become the only armed person there. So you can't just have one armed security guard and say that's good. You need more people there. And the more people are seeing that there are people carrying guns in that grocery store or wherever else they are, the less a mass shooter would be inclined to actually attack that place, which means the places you frequently visit, it's going to eliminate that risk in those immediate areas with this. So just having it out there, if you can carry it exposed, there is an added plus to that as well. But if people just know that people are carrying in those places, that helps. And being pro-gun. If you're electing gun controllers, all that's going to happen is there's going to be a bigger imbalance between criminals who aren't going to follow those laws and individuals who wish to break the laws. They're still going to have whatever they want. So gun control has been a failing measure since it was first tried. I mean, we didn't have a whole lot of chaos here until, especially more recently, really, with the last 40 years, with the whole National Gun Control Act and NFA. We noticed spikes in gun crimes after those events. And then the more gun laws we've had, as we've had recently, the worse it's been. We've had more. Just take a look at the crime statistics per year and when these laws have been passed, and it'll scream to you. Gun control doesn't work. We've got to solve the problem not by taking away the means, but by eliminating the motive. So yes, welcome guns and gun carriers, people who are carrying in your places of business and around you. You see somebody at the store, don't discriminate that he's got something. Don't act like, oh, he's a bad guy because he's carrying something. No, if he is not, most of the mass shooters, they show their intent when they're entering the place. A lot of times they've opened fire in the parking lots. So if they're handling it safely, it's in a holster, it stays in the holster, that's probably a good guy, and you want him to be carrying. The more guns there are, then the easier it is as well for that mass shooter to be engaged if he starts. And the mass shooter knows that, so he won't be in there to begin with. This will help to reduce the risk across your community, wherever you've been able to win those elections, or at least make a dent. Yes, you might know that your side never wins the elections in your area, but help make it that much closer. Send a message to the politicians that you support pro-gun. You support the Constitution and the Second Amendment. It makes a difference. and treating everyone with respect. Make eye contact, say hello. Criminals, for one, don't like eye contact, especially in the scene of their crime. If they're thinking about doing something, if they're thinking about shoplifting, if they're thinking about assaulting somebody, they aren't going to like the eye contact. They might decide to leave without ever doing anything. That's something which I was taught in one of my old jobs. And a lot of times, if you are treating somebody with disrespect, if people are being bullied in that community, that will tend to lead to, a lot of times that's where the violent tendencies sprout from. So if you're not spreading that, it's not going to take hold, it's not going to sprout. And that can eliminate their desire to ever do anything like this, not just certain places, not just, we need to eliminate those soft target places. Make it to where they're no longer soft targets, but at the same time, taking away people's desire to even look for where a soft target is would be very good to do. This other thing here, anyone who's watching anything really, watch what you watch. What you're watching on your media is the biggest thing which I say that we're doing to pay these shooters, so to speak. Because when someone's disrespected and they become angry and they decide it's time to throw a fit and they want attention, well, they're going to be starting to look for how to get it. And they're going to see media stuff and all that, they're going to see what's getting attention. And the media is a business. They don't really care about safety, regardless of what they say. I don't think they do. They care about making money, which means the numbers of views means the more advertisers willing to pay, the more advertisers are going to come to them. And so they want views. They're going to show whatever gets views. And so, if shootings are getting the attention, if you're watching a bunch of shootings and allowing those numbers to increase on your phone or on your computer, you're watching all those videos, they're seeing those numbers. When they go in to look at their stats, they see, oh wow, the mass shooting was shown 1,000 times, and the kid getting honor roll, that was only shown 10 times. Only 10 people were interested, only 10 views on that. That's not going to make us the money. The kid's getting the honor roll, the Good Samaritan doing a good deed. People were watching the shooting. So if it's not something that you really need to know something about, you might be better off to ignore those media articles. Because as long as the media is getting those numbers, they will continue to show that content. And that means that when that guy is looking for attention, he might get the idea from that media broadcast that happened to be shown because you contributed to the numbers in making that visible. So if we can avoid watching that stuff, he's going to be... That might make it to where there's one less shooter who ends up with one less bad idea that kills a bunch of people. So if you agree with this message, then spread it as far as you can. If you do have expertise in this area, comment. If I've got something wrong, please let me know. If these studies weren't accurate, but it does help when you like a video. YouTube will be more inclined to recommend it, and then it will go further. So if you're able to do the like thing on there, that helps. If you're able to share it with people that you know, that will help as well. And I'm about getting this message out there, guys. So feel free to remake this video if you feel like you can do it better. I'd really love to see this message spread, because I think these are all steps we can take that will actually work to curb these events much more effective than anything else which I've been seeing out and about. So thank you for watching, and if you agree with the message, then please like it, comment if you've got other ideas, share it, and Yeah, I mean, feel free if you wanted to take parts of it and remake it or whatever. I'm not trying to copyright this idea. I just want this out there. Thank you for watching.